Sure, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another one of them Candid conversations. Yes, blessed and highly favored right about now. I'm feeling like the big man's favorite son. The way the blessings is overflowing, I tell you. Listen, it's Candid Conversations, and we're broadcasting to you from a secret location in London. We're reaching it out there for everybody. Candid Conversations, you know how we get down, you know how we do. We crisscross the globe, linking up to artists and all them talents left, right, and center. And today, yeah, today that's the vibe. You hear that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway, Candid Conversation, a big shout out to all my sponsors, a big shout out to all my well wishers, a big shout out to all them supporters out there. You know the drill. Subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and them type of thing. Now, today, a big shout out to OWF, Olympia Wafula Foundation, for the good works you're doing behind the scenes. A big shout out to Sakata Kandanda Mtaani, my man Jonjo there. A big shout out to Bush and Wine Adventures. A big shout out to Talanta Mtaani, my man Jonjo. Listen, we're there again now. Candid Conversation. We touch down in Israel. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my brother here. Silverdon is in the house. Silverdon.
Yeah, enough respect, DJ Lopo and the crew, London, England,
yes,
entire Caribbean and Africa. One love, Zin.
We're there, yes. So we're there, so my brother. How you keeping though, my brother?
Why? I tell you, it's getting cold lately down in Israel, but we manage it. We handle it, man. It's all good. We warm-hearted, so that what really counts. And it's all good. Good music, a lot of shows nowadays, and so we're warm up the winter, you know?
Yeah. Right. It gets proper cold over winter over there, yeah?
I know, yeah. See, we just like people from Britain, we start talk about the weather. So how was the weather? You want a cup of tea? So the weather down here, man.
And a cup of tea? You fancy a cup of tea?
Exactly. Yeah. So the weather is cool.
Yeah,
and
brother.
we are managing it and warming out. Yeah.
So talk to me, my brother. This is the vibe. This is the vibes. This is the vibes. Pull up. Listen, man. Bare vibes, bare history, bare knowledge in a vibe like a long time from. I haven't had a song that I'm like, it's making me do my homework. You see what I'm saying? Where you have to go back and say, man, say something that then you're like, oh, right. Knowledge. You're passing knowledge with that, yeah? So talk to me, my brother. Talk to me. Born in Israel, how did we start? How did your musical journey start? If you don't mind.
Well, my musical journey, it have something to do with your originality, because I know, the eye from Kenya. And when I was a little kid, I just mentioned it to you right before the show. You used to travel with my father, which used to be late great father, used to be a seaman. So we've been to Kenya as a little kid.
All right.
And I remember we used to carry the old-time cassettes from Kenya with all the latest Jamaican reggae back then, no joke. So I really have the inspiration from the place, because Africa and Caribbean, the vibe, there's something in it where we're similar, so I feel like I taste it and I start, follow reggae as a kid, reggae music. And later on, I started to sing in school and some other places, and later on build up my band. And my dream was I started with roots music, of course, like Bob Marley and Ken Booth and those times. And later on, I got into dancehall. We used to get some latest cassettes from England, from France, from people who come back from foreign. So I used to just really I used to get mad over it, all teenagers stay, everything when they pan him do it extremely to the edge. As soon as it
Extremely,
yeah. So I started, and later in during my military service, I had this reggae band, and we used to, do music and covers and my English them time never too, perfect. So I didn't really write songs. I just do covers.
All
And
right.
little by little, I started to write my own songs. And my dream was to go to Jamaica, which is the factory of reggae, and the place Bob
Definitely.
was born, and the place Super Cat is walking on the ground, and the place Shabba Ranks is walking on the ground, and Brigadier Jerry and all them legend. And yeah, so later on after my service, as a 20 years old kid, 20 years old man, I traveled, and I picked up the language and the culture back in New York and Miami. And when I felt ready, I went to Jamaica to live. And I was surrounded actually with some Jamaican the massive was surround me, and we used to hang out together in the States, and they all encouraged me. But yes, why you wicked, you're gonna conquer the place in Jamaica. Just wait. When you touch down, man, you're gone and rare. And them kind of talk, give me the confidence, So I went down with them, and I realized DJ Lopo, it not really go suck. You have to work hard. Yeah, especially as a white man coming in Jamaica and talk about me that bad man, me that bad boy, and we can't step, me shoe and read them kind of thing. It can't work.
Can't walk, brother. Can't walk.
No, you have to, little. I started to hold microphone in some local sound systems, like late great Prince Jazz Boy's sound system, and Turbo Crown Lightning from Spanish Town, and and I realized that if I talk about myself, my culture, and my language, and them some there, people more respect it and listen. So that's what I started to do, and I had this tune about Hebrew language, Hebrew pattern. Like Akiar in Hebrew, you say mechonit. Hana is girl, picnic you are call them kusit, them kind of, like a translation. And and Richie B liked it and start play it, and some other DJs start play it too. And I happened to perform, I remember, on Bar Clash, and this was like the real big show where we did that pan, with enough people and start get recognition. And draw next tune, and later on Steely and Clevey, late great Steely, signed me, Stanbury, they signed me to the label. So I advised to them.
The great Corley and Kelly.
Yeah, man, Steely and Clevey. At the time of remember, no, them time there.
What a bam bam that them time there.
Exactly. A little bit after what a bam Bamba of Tiger, Tiger used to sign to Stanbury them time too. And so that really big me up, and Steely and Clevey really lift my career up, and and their manager I used to sign with him, Mr. Stanbury, and and put me on enough shows like a Reggae Song Fest, Reggae Song Splash, enough show, Reggae Heroes and Parade, Sting, and I lived in the community, and I learned pretty good what to talk from what not to talk, and talk conscience. And later on, and so I have this album released in Japan, Europe, America, Germany, Germany and America, of course, some other countries, and Israel too. And my next album now, in New York, I recorded it with some good top producers, and Lisa Fisher sing with me over there, and the Paragons. We have a tune together over there, which I really love. And so we started to, and Sony took a tune named Celebration after the second album, and distributed Sony International.
All right.
And it kind of lift my career. But guess what? Then my late great father, he passed away, so I had to go back, and I found myself starting to practice Judaism and religion, So I quit for a while from music because I was penetrating on pure spirituality. Although I know music is the greatest spiritual from all things. King David says so. King David used to play in violin.
Play the harp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I mean. So music is a highly stage of spirituality. But them
frequency.
time I was, I was just study the Bible for hours, for hours and days and weeks and years up to now, and keeping my Sabbath. And thank God I happened to keep my Sabbath. But then what happened after years of quitting? Like what, 3 years ago, being a man came to Israel. So until the producer them say no me anymore, perform with me, so they called me up. So I wasn't sure that I could remember any lyrics straight from top to to the end, but it happened. So we perform in the local radio station, and this thing get viral on Facebook, and I had so much recognition. Cause them time and me never have no Facebook nor Instagram of them someday. I was like quit absolutely from everything.
Okay.
But then with the Beanie Man thing, kind of lift my career again, and people start from Jamaica, from the old times, start to question, Silver, where you gone, where you the day, and so I started to get back into it, and had a next tune name with Aqua Gem label from New York, named World Clash. This was really tune where I came back to, and then another few tunes in Jamaica that got a lot of airplay, and in Africa too. A tune named with the Little Hero, tune named General. Yeah, man.
Little Hero. Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of dope
Listen,
cut.
listen, my brother. First of all, condolences. You say R.I.P. to your father, and I know that must have had an effect on you, like your arrangement, your DNA, how you understand. People like you, practitioners of music, you kind of like have a higher calling, like, you understand. So when something happens in your real life, it translates everywhere. You understand? So that was it's normally a big. Some people don't come back from that. Some people don't. Yeah.
I understand what you say. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people.
Yeah. My father is a Yemenite person. He's from Yemen. Yeah. My father, a black man. He's a Yemenite brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't look so, but I get the complexion of my mother. But my father is he's not black like African, but he's black like Yemen people.
I know. It's kind of Egyptian black. He's black, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. All darker than Egyptian, but he was, my hero. My father used to take care of every little thing when me ask for, and when him gone, it's like the big role model.
A big gap.
Gone,
Yeah, a big gap.
Exactly. So I went to the ultimate father, which is Lord God, and I really glad about
excuse me.
I really glad about that I got closer to that.
Yeah, definitely. Talk to me about something. When was this when you dropped your first album?
First album, with Steely and Clevie was back in '94.
Hold right there. Hold it right there. With Steely and Clevie, that's like the cream de la cream of reggae producers and reggae fraternity right about that time, because they were churning out. You know what I mean?
Number one.
Number one with green. I think it was a green sleeve distribution. I think most of the thing was green sleeve distribution, was it?
Yeah, green sleeve. A lot of green sleeve, and they were on a label, Steely and Clevie label.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like that's for anybody who's in reggae at that time. Being with them is equivalent to being with P Diddy and Bad Boys or something like that. It's nothing to joke about. It's up here.
Of course. Wow. Steely and Clevie the greatest. Steely, and you have Sly and Robbie. You have the two other couples.
Yeah. I know Sly and Robbie, Sly Dunbar one side, Sly and Robbie one side, and the thingy on the other side. That's what I'm saying. It was like they were like top at top, and then Sly and Robbie on the other side, they were top at top. From them, Lord, that's when all these other producers dropped out. They like the Tony Kelly, the whatever. They come from them houses over there. Like
of course.
So
the Brownie Brunch, So Danny Brownie. Danny Brownie turned Christian, a lot of people from them time turned Christian now. Yeah, Christian, plenty. I saw me here. Yeah, it happens to people, you know, in a certain stage of them life, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
man.
journey. It's a journey which we appreciate. So, what was the experience like? Like when you now you're now you're in Jamaica. You're dealing with like the toppest of the top, and you are like you're white. You're from Israel. You
Yeah.
say it must have not been easy, right?
Yeah, the start was until I get my recognition, I had to
Mm.
fight double from a black man fight because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
first they judge you for your skin. So you can't flap amongst people. You can't flap. You have
Mm.
to consider what you say and consider to talk about topics where people find the interest in
Yeah.
and to entertain the crowd. So you know, I had some lyrics where talk to the crowd about Saddam and the war. Saddam had
Uh-huh.
one, Saddam had triumph, now see we die cause. Remember the nuclear weapon in 81, where you develop to destroy if you will land. But we go there, if you Air Force attack, we say we'll lay enough shot and we not and so but go telling Saddam Agwana, Saddam do him naga say we don't. Yeah, people
Mm.
follow them kind of lyrics but talk reality, you know. So
Reality.
this really
Yeah.
helped me
Mm.
out. And later on with you know, with the promotion of the label, I
Mm.
start, you know, to get a lot of
Mm.
you know, TV shows and radio shows and all of that. So and magazines. So
Mm.
it became easier. People recognized me on the street, and
That
it was much easier later on. You know,
right.
when
That was
people
around
recognized.
94, 95, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, 90 from I was in Sting 93. I was on Bada Clash
Wow.
92. But like the top of my
Wow.
career is 94, 95,
Uh,
and later on in America 98, 99. But that's the
listen,
Jamaican
listen, my brother.
experience.
I'm gonna tell you
Mm,
something, my brother. Yeah. I know a
yes,
little bit about my reggae music, right? And
of course.
for
Mm,
anybody,
of
Jamaican or not
course.
Jamaican, to grace that stage of Sting, you are somebody, my brother. You know what I mean?
Respect. Yeah, man.
Even them Jamaicans themselves want to grace that stage. You see what I'm saying? Like so, for
Of
you to
course.
do that, my brother, that's
Yeah, man.
something,
Sting a
brother.
tough show, man. Sting a tough
Yeah,
show.
you have to
People
try
all
your best.
can't buckle you too, you know. People sometimes I'll buckle people. You
Yeah.
know, I tell you, I was really shy because I was on the same show and with Chris Cross. Remember, Chris Cross will make you
Look at
jump,
them.
jump.
Jump. Yeah, yeah.
And I was really sorry if you see people buckle them. And them little kids was like what, 12-year-old and get
Mm,
buckled. So a lot of
mm.
people felt sorry for them. That means the Sting, you can't flop and
You
you
can't
can't
flop in a thing.
play around too
Listen,
much.
listen. Even
Mm.
UB40, the biggest reggae export out of Europe, they couldn't. They couldn't hack
The,
it over there. They were like, nah,
true.
man, nah, we not do that. You have to try your best, innit?
Yeah, you have to come smooth, know what you do, and what we gonna chat about,
Mm,
and pray say people love you. And but if you do it, you know. So I did it good, and I got good response. So I was really glad about it.
mm.
Finally, yeah, man.
Beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
Sing, hey, see my boy with a Chris Bunny boot.
Mm,
Shots long, him at one like a good. Put on candles, wear same rule. Him no like when you call him dude. Him no him again white man food.
Listen.
Guys, have you with
yeah,
one
whoa.
food? White. Try your thing now.
Mm, mm, mm. Ooh. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the opportunity to talk to Silverdon today. Click subscribe, tell your friend to tell your friend. And a big shout out to all my sponsors, my well wishers, and everybody out there. You know, this is what we
Yes,
do.
DJ Lopo.
Yeah, Silverdon, my brother. Listen, so
Mm.
the first album comes out in the 90s,
Mm.
right? Does
Yeah.
relatively well, and it kind of propels you, makes you like, gets you into the reggae business, gets you into the music business, right?
Right.
Then
Right.
along the way, something happened, like you had a tragedy, lost your life, you lost your father, sorry, pardon, lost your father, and then now that kind of shook you a bit, but
Exactly.
then now you're back, right? Now you're
Yep.
back for the past for the past 2 years, you're making your way back, right?
True. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, man.
beautiful
Two,
thing.
3 years now. You know, we have a lot of
Three.
airplay in Jamaica lately, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of offers from you know big stage shows. And I hopefully this summer coming,
Mm.
gonna make it down there. And all Africa too, I really wish to go back to Africa and do the thing down there,
Listen, I don't know, and this was my next question. I don't know how massive reggae is in Israel, but I keep telling everybody in Africa, I'm from Kenya. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, Kahawa Gedurai, 45, Stand Alive. In where we come from, reggae is everywhere. Everywhere. Every barber shop, every supermarket, every stall, everything, like everybody's listening to reggae is so massive, it's kind of like the heartbeat of the society, you know what I mean? And I think it's easy to correlate because I consider reggae honest music. You understand? I consider reggae honest music. And that's why like whatever's gonna happen, maybe of late there's been a little bit of slackness that has shifted into bashment and thingy. There's been a bit of slackness and a bit of some sonics that are kind of not settling with the human heartbeat, which you can't blame now next month for that. Yeah, you can't blame the little man for trying to make whatever, you know what I mean, for trying to earn a little bit, you know what I mean? Now, you can't, do your thing. But you hope all these upcoming dancehall artists will grow into it, you know what I mean? Will grow into it, and then they'll recognize themselves, and then they'll get to a point where they're kind of feeding the society the type of spiritual, soulful food that the society needs, right? Which I think I ultimately there's no form of music that's better than reggae. I'm a living testament to that. I'm a living testament to that, my brother. So is reggae the same? Is it massive? Is it huge in Israel?
Well, I tell you, Israel have, maybe 5-6 million populated. The population is 5-6. Just imagine Nigeria have what, like at least 250 million people.
Close to 300.
300. You see, and Kenya, how much are Kenya? How much people live in Kenya?
45, 50.
You see, so this is a big market. This is a big market. And all the Jamaican entertainers, they know it. Everybody want to go Africa. I know because I link them. I have my friend them.
Yeah.
And Israel is a small country, So, but out of this small country, we still getting like every other 2-3 weeks another foreign reggae entertainer, and it full up the place. 2,000 people, 3,000 people, not to mention all more. But we just have Sister Nancy last week. I performed with her, and we have Beanie Man, Anthony B. Every other day is the next one coming and full of the place. Because people relatively to the, to the population, plenty people love reggae, and dancehall is growing. Well, more like people into roots, like the majority, the more related
to
we related more to roots music and culture. But the dancehall is picking up, and dancehall artists draw all 2,000-3,000 people out of the park, so that it is happening. Definitely. Tel Aviv is hot. Yeah. Beersheba, Ashdod.
Beersheba. That's a beautiful
Jerusalem.
Thing. Right.
Yeah, man.
That's
they're really excited over the reggae entertainers, the Rastaman them, like Israel Vibration. All of them, when them come, the Marleys, when them coming to Israel, they go into the Haile Selassie church we used to pray in, and they play the Jerusalem and Mount Zion, all the topics where them sing about.
They're there.
They're really excited to be there.
Yeah.
So it's not just like an ex-country car. It's linked, the Rasta idea, the Rastafari
ideology. Yeah,
idea.
It has a special place in there. I'm not, well, yes, the Rasta ideology, but I think just in our existence as a race, there's our spiritual being, where the frequency tap ins, where the portals and all that. If you be there, you'll be like, you feel something. You know what I mean? You feel something. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's a beautiful thing.
And Jerusalem is holy for everybody, for Christian, for Muslim, for everybody.
That's what I'm saying. For the human race. That's where the portals are. Man needs to, you know what I mean? I'd love to visit Israel one of a time and just say it for myself. You see what I'm saying? Take a picture and we see how we can thing it at.
Yeah, man, you're welcome, man. Anytime you're ready, man. I gotta show you around. I'm the best tourist guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little hero.
Yeah. Little hero, yeah. Mhm.